help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean.
Check, check, mic check. I think we're good now. Yo, what's up? Welcome everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today. Accidentally clicked the mute button and you should be able to hear me by now. But anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. If you're here live, say hello to your friends. Thanks for supporting me here with the tech stuff. If you are watching the replay, awesome. These are some of our more popular videos when it comes to replays because you can get an over-the-shoulder look at what we can do, big and small, to help improve our websites, our YouTube channels, so that we can get more traffic, more subscribers, ultimately help more people. And of course, as a byproduct of helping and serving more people, we can, of course, make more money too, which is what we want to do so that we can perhaps live more comfortably or even help more people and grow. So thanks again. I appreciate you. Let's bring it home. Here we are on the income stream.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
All right. Now, I don't know if it was a Thanksgiving turkey or what, but a little bit of a struggle this morning with locating a particular device that we need on Saturday specifically, because what do? We do website reviews, and in order for me to website review and YouTube channel review, I also need to look at the chat at the same time too. So welcome in everybody, thanks so much. A quick announcement here up front before I dive into sort of what we're gonna be looking for, and then I'm gonna go into a few people who I have on a list already from before the start of the show to help out. I did see some of your stuff here. It's selected at random. There's some people who have reached out to me earlier and asked for a review, and if they're here, then I'll review their stuff. But it's sort of at random, so I apologize. I won't be able to get to everybody. But the quick announcement here is just, we lost a great one today. We lost a great one. Yo, Divided by Sight, thank you so much for the super chat. We are without now Tony Hsieh, unfortunately, the founder of Zappos.com. Somebody who's made a major influence on what downtown Vegas looks like and has done a lot of philanthropic work. He was known as somebody who helped really push forward this idea of what customer service could be online, and he had passed away peacefully, but as a result of some complications due to a house fire. He was there with his family, and it's just sad, and we lost another great one, especially in the business world. And he in fact was very inspirational to me when I first started business, with how he developed Zappos and how he made selling shoes online cool. And I've read a lot about him and how he treated people, and that definitely influenced how I treat people like you. So prayers and thoughts to his family. And I was in fact actually featured in an article with him at one point back in the day. And he's definitely influenced me a lot. So Tony, you were great. Thank you, and your legacy lives on for sure. Rest in peace. Okay, so where are the site review glasses? I'll bring that out in a little bit, but yes, he was a great one for sure. So what are we going to be looking for today with these website and YouTube channel reviews? Well, as always, I'm just going to go over a little grocery list of some of the things I'm going to be looking for. So number one, I want to make sure that when I visit your thing, that I can tell exactly what your thing is about immediately. I want to know sort of what I'm going to get if I were to stick around, because if I don't understand that, half, if not more than half of the people are going to leave because you're making them work to figure it out. We need to do that work for the people who are visiting, and on our homepage, on our website, on our homepage, on our YouTube channel. That's very, very important. When we go to a specific video, if we do any video reviews, we need to have an understanding of what this video is going to be about, or at least have some way to hook us in before we can sit down and go, okay, well, I'm going to spend and dedicate and invest the rest of my time here to watch the rest of this video. And hopefully we can keep people watching all the way through, of course. Another thing I'm going to be looking for is, okay, you might not be the only one in the world talking about such topics. So what can I do, or what can you do to help me understand that you are somebody worth paying attention to versus others, right? Not just like the content, but what makes this unique versus other people that are out there. Alpha Appraisals, thank you so much for joining Team Flynn. Platinum, my friends, I appreciate you. Bill says, love the way you are so positive with reviews. Reviews are very important, whether it is constructive feedback or positive feedback. I will give you honest and brutal advice, but I will also try and help you. I just want you to make sure that you understand that this is all coming from a place of service. You also have the chat here. Chat, you are more than welcome. Thank you, ATFA, for joining. You are more than welcome to show up and help your fellow mates out here, too. So I appreciate you for that. Divided by Sight, welcome to Team Flynn Gold. Thank you so much. Let's see. Yeah, Nicole the Blind Mage. We will review her channel for sure. Thank you, Divided by Sight. I appreciate you. Cool. So yes, we got to be positive, even if we're being constructive, right? Because that's how I like to help my kids. That's how I like to help you. I feel like, in a way, that you're like my kids, and I'm just like the one who's been through this before, so I want to help you and help you chug through the forest there. Thank you, Divided by Sight, for becoming a new member here. How do you submit your channel? It's sort of just random here. I see it in the chat, and I'm making a list and looking over it twice, and, you know, if everybody's been nice here instead of naughty, I think I'll review as many as I can here within the hour. And we start a little bit late, so I'm going to go to about an hour from now. I'm going to try to spend, you know, anywhere between 7 to 10 minutes per review, and we're just going to dive in. So I saw one come in early, and the channel that I want to review, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube right now, and as I'm searching for this, I apologize, it's tough to multitask sometimes, but I'm going to look up this channel and see if I can find it first. I've done this a couple times where I go to the channel and it's not kid friendly, and I don't want to go there if it's not that. So let's just see if I can find this. Cool. Okay, we found it. It looks good, and we're going to go to this right now. Fantastic. Awesome. So we're going to start with Inanyet Petker, who has a very long channel name. That's one thing that I have just noticed. By the way, Rob, thank you so much for coming in and joining. I appreciate you for that, my friend. Anybody who's here, you don't have to pay. You don't have to become a member in order to get the support here, but I do appreciate the support. If you want to become a member, there's a link below, and it's just $1.99 a month just to kind of support and help me out. And also, we donate that money, in fact, to various organizations. Through the end of the year here, we're donating all member income as well as super chats to teachers, and I'm just supporting teachers, helping them and buying things off of their wish list, because they are so important and are not getting a lot of good they've struggled this year for sure, and I want to support them. So thank you again for that. Okay, so let's go into this website review here from Inyanet. And Inyanet Petker 2020 Nasheed channel. Now, I'm not exactly sure why we need so much in the channel name. I think that if this is who you are and that's your name, I would just keep it your name. I don't know what Nasheed channel's necessary. 2020, of course, 2020 is moving by, and it's going to be 2021 soon. So I would just change it to your name, because people want to connect with the name. And honestly, it was way long. I've never seen anything like that before. So that's just the first thing I would pay attention to, because more important than that is going to be, I love the picture, by the way. You just look super friendly. I love when I see people's faces in there versus brand names, to be honest. And then in the artwork, I think it's okay. I think that what you have here makes sense, but it's, number one, it's not scaled correctly, so it looks a little squished just to fit in there. I don't know if you could see that. I think you can. But it looks a little squished, and as a result of that, like, it's just like when you see graphics that aren't to the right resolution, it immediately says, oh, okay, well, I guess if they don't care enough about that, then I guess the rest of their content may not be great either. So that's a very quick and easy fix, right? Just see if we can make it fit in there. You can use templates. You can use canva.com to design something new. I like that you have an image there of you and smiling at me. That's great. But again, because everything is squished, it just immediately says something for the channel. So I would hopefully get it to a point where it can be the right resolution. In addition to that, you know, welcome is huge. Your name, I think the name is huge, and that's fine, but welcome is huge. 1.1 million views. I love the social proof. Were you one of them? It's not really helping me. If I am brand new here, the whole purpose here is to get people to subscribe, right? But if you're asking me if I was one of them and I'm not, then it's already a disconnect, right? And it's not enough of a pull for, 1.1 million views. I need to be 1.1 1.1 million or whatever the next one is. That's not that big of a draw. What would be a draw for me is, let's say, for example, I'm looking at some of your content here. It's about, there's information about, relaxation, the fact that I'm not alone, or I guess this might be a music video. Again, I don't know what this is about. Is this music? Is this relaxation? Is this religious? Is this, I don't know exactly. And that's a problem. I have to figure out what this is about, and that's going to have some people leave. So well done on getting almost 7,000 subscribers. I think you're on a roll. I love how you're using playlists here on the page, which is a very, 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 very strong thing to do. I will say that you could include one featured video, and that featured video could be a featured video that's more of a welcome, so that you can tell people what this channel is about, and kind of like, if you were to share this in 1 or 2 sentences, what would it be? I would have that be very prominent in that video, and of course, 1 sentence, 1 tagline, something in the header to show me. And as you can see here, you're also wasting the space on the left and right hand side, so you do have a little bit of room. I still think having 1.1 million views is fine. That's social proof. It shows that there's other people watching, and I think that's cool. But were you one of them, and the subscription thing, which is also right here anyway, I think that we could replace that with a tagline that would help me understand more about what this channel is about. Clementania here says the same thing. I don't know what this channel is about, and that's kind of that's a shame. That's a shame. Let's go to your videos and see what our most popular videos are. As far as the thumbnails could potentially use some work too. Again, they're a little stretched. I think we have a problem here with the stretching of the video. Like this one here, these Name the Prophet ones seem to be doing really well for you. And part of it's probably just because I can't read this, but your audience could potentially read this. Also, pay attention to, this is a little trick for those of us who are on YouTube. Pay attention to where it says Name the Prophet. Like right here, the little timestamp covers up the bottom. So I never try to add words on the very bottom row because of that. I always keep it lower left or above, and that way it just reads a little bit better. But these thumbnails look a lot better than these ones down here, like these shorts that you have. You could see that they're just not great. And there's an expectation now, even this one too. There's an expectation of quality on YouTube, especially when it comes to the thumbnail. If the thumbnail is not the right resolution, people aren't going to click on it, or less people will click on it. You need a really good title in order for people to be enticed to. And just updating the thumbnails alone could be a really great strategy for you kind of within the next couple weeks. Just update all of your thumbnails that seem to be not sized correctly. As I scroll down though, like things that you did 5 months ago, these are looking great here. Problem, solution, greeting of the rock. Yes, relics of the prophet. These are really great. These thumbnails are great. I don't know why you moved away from that. So you see here, it's like these are not exciting to click on. Nasheed is vocal music. Ah, okay. Nasheed is vocal music. So that's what this is about. So pop that up here in your artwork. Cool. I'm not going to play the videos because I'm guessing because it is music, I might get copyright strucken, but that's just some advice for you moving forward. And again, in the videos, making sure that it's very clear, the thumbnails, and it looks like even the videos within these shorts. You see this one that I'm scrolling over now, you can get like a little preview. They look like they're not scaled correctly either. So I would much rather you scale them correctly. It looks like it could, and even if you had some black on the outsides just to scale it correctly, that would be okay. But like you see this, like this isn't really attractive. So that's what I would work on for sure. But the artwork is going to be really key. And let's see, you are being consistent. Look at this. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 3 days, 3 days, 5 days. That's great. I think that if you can keep that up without foregoing and your quality, and you can make it jingle all the way home. That's what we need to do. So let's focus on that, and we'll have your channel, thrive, especially during this holiday season. And like I said, you can make it jingle. So there you go. Cool. Hope that helps, and thank you again for allowing us to review your stuff. Okay, now Chinad has Chinad here, who is, what did you say? You were 16 years old. Can you share with me, Chinad, if you're here, your website URL. I saw that you asked to see if I could review your website, but I didn't see whether or not you included the URL. So if you can include that here for me, that'd be great. I'm going to see if I can maybe find this on the internet, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Maybe it's this one. There's a few Chinad. There's a Chinad Kiss photography. Are you in photography? I'm trying to remember. Short thumbs are short, 9 to 5, and that is the reason for the black. Yes. I think we need to still make them for the platform, right? If that makes sense. Make a jingle all the way home. You're 15, that's right. So Chinad, is it chinadkiss.com? Am I on the right website here? Let me know if that's true. Although if you're 15 and taking pictures of alcohol, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Let me know if I'm on the right place. Really cool looking website though. I'll send it to DM. Okay. Cool. DM on Instagram or DM on Twitter, on the Twitter. Let me know. In the meantime, let's see if, so I'll review you next, Chinad, as you're sending that over, and let me know if you can tell me which platform you're sending me a DM on. But let's go to Nicole's channel. So we got Nicole, the blind mage. Nicole, the blind mage. All right, we got 90 subscribers, 42. So here, this is what I was talking about in the sort of feature video here, right? So this is a trailer that Nicole's using, and I think that's really neat. I think that, send it over on Instagram. Cool. Thank you, Chinad. I'll check that out in just a minute. But we're going to go into Nicole's YouTube channel here, and 90 subs. So congrats, you're almost at 100, which is really neat. But let's see what we can do to help you out here. Now, you are doing a great job. You're using a featured video, which is great. The trick with featured videos, you can either have it be a nice short trailer, and this one here I see, Nicole, is 1 minute and 23 seconds, which is amazing. That's just the right size for a trailer or a feature video. I do want to watch that because hopefully it'll tell me a little bit more about what you're doing, because something that is missing here is the channel artwork, and I think it would definitely behoove you to create channel artwork. We don't want to lollygag on that because it's definitely something that can help new people figure out what our website or our YouTube channel is about right away, with a little tagline, a picture of you to connect with somebody, something that allows people to understand what makes you different from other people who may be talking about the same thing. That's definitely something that could be added, plus a little bit of decoration, a little bit of color, and or whatever your brand style is can be included in there, and it just becomes a little bit more of a professional looking YouTube channel. So we can go that way. But I do like how you're using a featured video. A small trailer can work, or the way that I've been using it lately that's been working too is if you have a really popular video that seems to be getting you a lot of subscribers, and you can actually check that out through your analytics, you'll be able to see what we can do to add that video instead as the featured video. The featured video is really neat because if it is one that you know gets a lot of subscribers and people see it, they click on it, well, then it's going to do more work to get more subscribers. And likely it's one that's doing well and will best show off what you have to offer, that then you can include as a featured video. Even if it's a longer video, that's okay too. Right? Lex, we changed the secret word, by the way. So lollygag is no longer a secret word, as well as behoove. I was just for fun throwing those in there. Our new secret word, which I already gave, you'll have to find out from the chat. So chat, you could share what the new secret phrase is, in fact, and we got it in already, which is pretty cool. All right. Cool. So let's keep going in here. I actually want to play this trailer video, and then I'm going to go into the videos and see what we can do to expand this. I do see, it's interesting, you have, so down below, before I hit play, sorry, I see uploads, and uploads are okay to show, like your latest uploads, but I would rather you have, for example, your most popular videos, right? You want to show off like your best stuff first, right? It's almost like the featured items on a menu, or when you go to DoorDash and you check out the menu, they always show like the most popular items first. You can include that up front, and again, that sells people to click on your stuff, because most people who are interested in sort of the order of stuff that you're coming out with is are people who are already subscribed, right? And would be able to sort of have that video show up in their home already. But this is sort of like our homepage here on YouTube. Is sort of like we're hoping to sell people into clicking into one of those videos, and you can start with popular videos to make sure that it's good and that you get people interested. Then you have channels to follow, and we reviewed Divided by Sight last week, I think, and then subscriptions. I would move those to the bottom because these are not useful for, or primarily useful for, your person who's coming to this page. And it removes the possibility of us seeing, here are your most popular views. So that's kind of cool. And then past live streams and other playlists that you could potentially have. So I would move those up and move the channel to follow and subscriptions down. That's kind of cool when people sort of search around and then they start to find like other connections that you might have. But again, this page is used specifically to go, okay, well, what can we get people to click on? So again, because we don't have the artwork telling me a little bit about what your stuff is about, I do want to click play and we can listen to your video here and see if you can sell me on what this channel is about. So I'm going to click play.
Hey everyone, I'm the 12 Blind Mage and welcome to my channel where I share a bit of magic with the world. On my channel, you will find a couple different things. I like to do songs and poetry.
Nice.
Sometimes Disney, sometimes things I create my own, and other times just songs that I either really liked or that I grew up with. I also cover a large range of arcane arts, and that's an umbrella for all different brands of magic. So I like doing videos about Wicca, or I like to do stuff about Payzone, Druids, Voodoo, different types of meditation or ways to communicate with spirits like using tarot or runes, and also talking about the deities such as the gods and goddesses of different cultures. You also find videos of me doing my love of tea, different type of writing sprints with friends, and you also see two live videos with Lauren Divided by Sight. She is my Irish twin, so we're always doing videos together. I hope you guys like this, and I hope you check out my channel. And until next time, blessed be.
Cool. Awesome. So not bad. I love how you shared a lot about all the different variety of things that you could potentially offer the viewer. The one thing I will say though, and of course this is published a month ago, and we can always improve, we can always make these better, we can always refilm and include a new one and then publicly share that one and then hide the other one. But not bad. What I would recommend though, and this is very common, so this is not a knock on you, this is for everybody out there, is that when we have stuff about our own stuff, it's actually not supposed to be about us. And if I were to sort of count in that minute and a half how many times you said my, or I like, or my stuff, or whatever, that's fine, because people want to know what you're about. But it was missing the second half, which was, okay, how does this stuff relate to the person who's viewing? Or what can watching these videos do for me as the viewer, right? So it might be something like, and I'm not in your target audience, right? But I love this sort of mage factor, this character, it's like when you go to a mage, you go there because they have some really cool things, but you also go to a mage because they can help you too, right? And they can join your guild, right? So like this language of, hey, join me in my guild, or join me and we can together conquer all the battles that we might have and face in life together. We might be able to connect, and I can help you expand on the fantasy worlds that you are creating yourself, and we can do it together. Like these kinds of things are where I think a lot of connections can happen, right? So connection is a two-way street, right? Connection is, hey, here's what I have to offer, but here's what it'll do for you too. So hopefully this is making sense, chat. Let me know if that's coming across and reading through. But that's really important. So I would say that I understand everything that you're doing and all the variety of videos that you have, but I still have to work to see, okay, well, what can that do for me? Unless I'm exactly like you, then I'm going to have to sort of consider, okay, well, is that for me or not? Versus if you just tell me that, then that's going to go such a long way, right? If that makes sense. So I really love that. Here with your videos, I can see specifically that we have a lot more room to work with. in regards to the title, right? Like write with friends doesn't really tell me more about what that can do or what it's about. 3-card spread, past, present, future tarot spread. See, that one's kind of cool. It's just like, okay, well, you know, it's tarot cards. That in and of itself is interesting. The thumbnail's really good. I like the thumbnails actually, but like you have a little bit more room to add some flavor, right? Some, you know, write with friends, the struggles of writers like us. Right now it's like, oh, what are these struggles? I want to go in, right? Past, present, future tarot spread. I don't know if you're teaching me how to do tarot, or maybe you're reading my future, or are you just kind of, you know, thoughts about the world today, right? That kind of thing can go a very long way. Super review, says Bill. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to help out here, of course, but I think it's the benefit to the viewer that really needs to come out. So that's really key. Halloween songs. Yeah, I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of variety here, which is okay. Ursula the Sea Witch. Let me click on this for a minute. This one is seems to be your most popular upload. Maybe we could see why, if that makes sense. Let's go here. Hopefully it'll play. Sometimes it's slow because I'm streaming.
Hey everyone, it's Nicole, the Blind Mage, and today I'm going to read a poem and sing a song for Ursula the Sea Witch. So
cool. So that's very clear. You just kind of told me exactly what you were doing and got right into it. And that was 12 seconds in. And that's really good. There were a lot of people who I know do this, and it's like, you know, 40 seconds in, they finally tell people what this is about. So let's see what you have to follow up with. But I like that hook in the beginning.
Ursula is the sister to King Triton and Little Mermaid. And she is Lauren's favorite Disney villain. And I like her because of the fact not only was she the first Disney character based on a transgender, but the fact that she is kind of like a female trickster of the seas.
Wow. Okay, so some really cool facts and stuff that I didn't even know about. So providing value, and that's great. So this is perhaps why this video is doing so well. You've offered a lot of things that maybe people don't know. The one thing I would say to take this video to the next level is maybe we can add some or edit some, you know, a picture of Ursula, right, as you were talking about her, so that I can make that connection to exactly what it is that you're saying. But I love how you're like, okay, you told me that you're gonna a poem for Ursula, and then now you're like, here's some things that you can learn about with Ursula. You can even be more defined with that. You know, hey, there are 3 interesting things that I want to tell you about Ursula that you might not know. And now I'm hooked, right? And you went right into it, and that's fine. And I'm just telling you, like, that was really good information. But one thing to take that further is you can create what's called an open loop. So before you share these 3 things or these facts, right? First of all, you hooked me in the beginning of the video. You told me exactly what was going to happen. I would say that the title could use a little bit of massaging. You can have it be like Ursula the Sea Witch, a poem, and fun facts you might not know. You see how I'm like, wow, I need to click on that now, if that makes sense, right? So that's number 1. And number 2, the idea that you can create an open loop in the middle of the video. So you gave the hook in the beginning, and then you said the fun facts, but you can lead into that and keep people sticking around to the end. And then the poem being sort of like the climax of the video could go a very long way too, right? So yes, that character from The Little Mermaid, indeed. Love the fact that she is showing visually impaired equipment too in the shot. Yeah, this is extremely, you know, encouraging, I think, and especially if you are connecting with other members of the blind community, you'd be able to inspire them, right? To show them that you can do this, right? And create content and help people, and you're writing poems and, excuse me. Woo. I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. So well done, Nicole. I think we have some things to work on, right? As a recap, titles and thumbnails could go a little bit further. Well done on the intro video, but we can talk a little bit more about what we can learn from you here and how this is relevant to us. And of course, the artwork here too. And I would just encourage you to keep going and keep inspiring others who can connect with you. And I love this, the mage sort of like theme. I just noticed that you were wearing a cape in the trailer video, which is like so dope. Whenever anybody can get into character and it supports their brand, I absolutely love that so much. So well done, and thank you for the bless yous. on that regard. Bless your face, says Peasant Uprising. Okay, I'm going to go to the Instagram now. I'm going to find Chinad's website. All right, let's see if I can pop it in here. Okay, HTTPS, and then the mystery behind magic.co.uk. Okay, so now we're reviewing a website. Now I'm curious, is this magic supposed to be for Magic the Gathering? Is it going to be like magic, or something else? We'll see. But I'm going to click go, and we'll see if we can end up there. Okay, so like magician type stuff. All right, so here we go. So the mystery behind magic, the podcast for ever learning magicians. So cool. We already know what this is about. So this is for magicians. This is a page to support the podcast. I will say that this looks very much like one of those pages that you can get from your host that you probably are using. I don't know what host you're using, whether it's Anchor or Buzzsprout or Libsyn, but they give you a website that you can point people to that will house your podcast. That is not the best ultimate solution. It's a good interim solution. I don't know if you have a website that you're building that will then house your podcast, that can then display your podcast, and you can add some words, you can have an about page and other things. And I know you can add that here too, but you're a little bit limited in what you can offer. But for now, especially just getting started and being 15 years old, bro, high five. I love that. So let's just talk about the podcast and see what we can do to help you with your podcast. Because right now with the website, you only have so much that you can do. I think the tagline is great. The podcast, we know it's a podcast, the mystery behind magic. And then here's a tagline: get years and years of experience in just under 1 hour. You're telling me exactly what I want to hear if I'm interested in magic. Listen to insightful conversations with some of the best minds in magic. Perfect. Ultimately, what is the goal of the listener is my question to you. Is it to become an expert? And you don't have to share this information. I just want to know from you, what do you know about, if anything, your listener or who your ideal avatar is? It's important because let's say, for example, that you're helping the person who wants to be a professional magician, right? You're going to talk to them a little bit differently. You're going to have different guests on. You're going to have different conversations about things versus the person who might be just casually starting and wants to just entertain a few friends, right? And their end goals are different, right? Not to say that a person who starts casually can't ever become a professional magician, but when it comes to the language we use, when it comes to the decisions we make, to what content to create and whatnot, the more we can understand about our ideal type. It's not to say that you're leaving the other out, but when you get an ideal type in there, it becomes much easier to attract those people, right? This happens online in my space, the space that I know really well, the entrepreneurial space. When people show up and they're like, hey, you know, my business is specifically for, thank you so much. Island, Eric, Stone, sorry, that was really loud. Thanks for becoming a new member. I appreciate you. Welcome to Team Flynn Gold, my friend. I forgot that we had that automated now, which is pretty cool. So thank you for that, Island. Feel free to enjoy those emojis and check out the community chat for when we have when we have some conversations there, which is pretty cool. So let's see. Most people who listen are intermediate magicians. So who has started magic and wants to improve? Okay. So the more that you can get into their heads, the better, right? Do they want to, like, we did an interview with Jacques Hopkins from Piano in 21 Days. And when he found out that his audience are people who want to just go to when they go to a house and they see a piano, they just want to be there and entertain people and make people smile. And when he learned that, it's like, okay, well, this changes the whole game and how he approaches, and in the language saying things like, you know, get years and years of experience in just under 1 hour, listen to insightful conversations with some of the best minds and magicians so that you can improve your magic and impress your friends and family too, or better impress your friends and family too, or, you know, things like that. Like, think of the ultimate goals of an intermediate magician. Yes, they want to improve their magic skills, but let's take it one step further. Why? Why do they want to do that? So they can maybe ultimately become more entertaining and fit in, or become more popular. And again, we don't need to say those things. Learn magic so you can become more popular. But when you know that, then you can share stories, then you can have conversations about, okay, well, now that you've learned magic, what has this done for your social life, for example? oh my gosh, I go to parties, I'm the hit of the party, and all these kinds of things sort of come into play. So we're getting a little bit deep here. We're getting a little bit psychological with who it is that you're targeting and ultimately what their goals are, right? So hopefully this makes sense. Paul says, I can do magic. I can make a whole pizza disappear, right? That's good. I like that. Okay, so let's go into some of these episodes here specifically. Now, when it comes to show notes, my philosophy with show notes is your show notes are meant to, number one, not just support the listener, but support the person who's there, who's hovering over the play button to see whether or not they want to click play or not, right? So it's almost like a mini sales page or mini sales copy for clicking play. So let's see how we can be sold on listening through what it is that you share here. For example, in episode 8, Stop Learning Tricks and Start Learning Magic, John Armstrong. I really love that title. That's a great title, right? I really love that. Number 7, The Dystopian Deck. You have a little bit more room for maybe explaining, maybe for somebody who doesn't know what that is. If somebody is just not really understanding what that is, then maybe they might need a little bit more help. This, parentheses, I don't know what the dystopian deck is specifically, but like, the easiest deck with the biggest tricks or something like that, right? But let's go to number 8. The creator of the Tiny Plunger, John Armstrong, came on the show today to talk about magic mentorships, how to create your own tricks, how to create and improve your magic, Zoom or online magic shows, and much more. Most young magicians don't have mentors who can help their evolution in magic. Rather, we, spelling error there, rather we, as young people, tend to buy tricks or watch somebody do tricks online and learn it. Whilst this may be great for learning tricks, John says that a lot of young magicians don't know the classics of magic, and we shouldn't only learn the classics to learn them, but in a way that we can perform them with our own style and personality. Right. I love that. That's really great. So, who was the magician that I interviewed? Who was that exactly? Smart passive income magician. I'm trying to remember. The magic. No, there was a person who we interviewed about magic cards. I'm trying to think. I can't find it at the moment. Anyway, let's go back here. The creator of Tiny Plunger, John Armstrong, came to the show to talk about magic mentorships, how to create your own tricks, how to create and improve magic. Okay, yeah, not bad show notes, actually. Very clear writing. I understand what the episode's about. I think that's great. I think, again, the conversation we had earlier about ultimately what the goals are is kind of talked a little bit about here. But again, like, we can always take these things one step further so that, right, in a way that we can perform them in our own style and personality so that you can stand out as a magician, so that you don't just copy other people, but you become known for your own personal style. So you see how I insert that, like, you become known part? You can become known for something unique within the magician space. I think that's ultimately, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's probably, I don't know if I've hit the nail on the head or maybe I'm brushing by it, maybe closely, but the idea of not just copying, but developing my own style so I can become known for something, right? I can become David Copperfield, the guy who makes elephants disappear. I can make a style like Chris Angel, who just kind of goes crazy with a lot of things. David Blaine, who goes really to the extreme, right? Or I can become a magician like Zach King, who uses editing software and the internet and Vine to create some really cool illusions, right? So that becomes sort of your own style, right? And I think that, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but hopefully that helps. Was it when you interviewed Neil Patrick Harris? Did I interview NPH? Neil Patrick Harris? Maybe it's on Ask Pat. Because Neil Patrick Harris is the guy from Doogie Howser and How I Met Your Mother. Very close. Being known for your personality and style. Very correct. Cool. So yeah, I mean, I think, again, that's the so that part. So that's where I think that we can get, maybe even in the beginning of your show. Let's actually click play on one of your episodes to listen to the beginning of it. Yo.
Hello and welcome to The Mystery Behind Magic. In today's episode, we'll be talking to John Armstrong about magic mentorship, how to create your own tricks, and how to make your own Zoom shows for magic. A little bit about John. He was the residential magician at Walt Disney and just 20 years old. He has also worked on many films and TV shows as a magic consultant and designer, such as The Mentalist, Shut Eye, America's Got Talent, Spider-Man 3, and Ant-Man. His TV show appearances as a talk show guest include some like The Today Show, Tonight Show, Little Big Shots, Magic Castle After Dark, Penn and Teller Fool Us, Master of Illusion, and Bachelorette. And while John was performing the tiny plunger on Penn and Teller Fool Us, Penn said in the middle of the performance, "I love this act, I love it." And after, in the end, he said, "It's the only original card trick I've seen." Without anything else to do.
Okay, I will say that the music is a little loud, and it sounds like the chat is feeling the same way. I think having the music in the intro is okay, but we need to turn it down, right? So let's see if we can just practice this. I'm going to go to artlist.io and try to find where we might kind of land on the music. So artlist.io is a subscription-based music platform where you can download music and let's go to my library. See if I can use songs that I've already downloaded. Let's see. But this is really important, and it's just as relevant for YouTube videos as well, right? We want to go to specifically a level where the music comes down when our voice sort of comes in, right? So let's see if I can find like a song here. Hey everybody, this is Pat Flynn. I have to talk really loud. And so you see how like it's just, so it's math, right? You have a certain level or decibel meter of music, and then you add a certain decibel level of your voice. Those things add up, and those two sounds kind of come together. Kenneth Kelly, yes, thank you. Magic Tricks for Kids. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everybody. Fantastic beat. Drop the freestyle verse. If you, oh, dude. You haven't seen my Twitch stuff. I've been doing that for a while. Maybe we can have some fun. Maybe we can have some fun with that at the end. This is called artlist.io. But again, this is where you can download music. You have to pay for the subscription, but the license is really you can use it anywhere as many times as you want. You can do whatever you want with it. But these songs are really cool, right? So let's change that up a little bit. I'm gonna start this song over, and you're gonna notice how now the how it comes down. I'll turn the volume down when it's time. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Hopefully this sounds a little bit better because you can still hear the music in the background, but it's a lot softer. And now I'm not competing with it anymore. And I think at some point you want to make the music come back down. Now, I know, Chinad, that you were still in the middle of your intro at the time. This is actually making me really happy. Like this beat right here. Yo. Okay, let's rock it. Don't get me going because I will embarrass myself. Let's try another one. But you see how it like came down and like it inserted itself nicely. Very NPR like. But then eventually, if we kept playing this. And get ready to start the show. Thank you. And you'd have it fade out a little bit better than that. But I was trying to fade it out with the volume control there. But hopefully that makes sense, right? Let's try that again, because that was kind of fun. So I'm going to pick another song that I have already downloaded. What's this song? Hey everybody, on today's show, the Circus Go-Around, we're going to be chatting with the great-great-grandson of Barnum Bailey and how his great-great-grandfather influenced his life. That and more on today's episode, which you're going to want to make sure you listen to because the lessons that Charlie learned from his great-great-grandfather is the exact reason why he is not doing circus work anymore. It's something that you're gonna want to know. So make sure you stick around. Thanks again. Please subscribe, and welcome to the show. Hey Charlie, how are you? All right, cool. Okay, let's do this again. We gotta do one more because it's just so crazy how music can help, right? And for those of you who were doing YouTube videos earlier, where we've been doing YouTube reviews for, like, this adds just a certain flavor. But again, if you keep those two things at the same level, it's not going to work. They're going to fight each other. And audio is so important, right? Because you can have a video where the visuals aren't so great, but the audio can be great and hold people in. But if the audio's bad, even if the video looks amazing, people aren't going to watch, right? So it just shows you how that goes. Okay, let's just have some more fun with this. Dude, you know what would be kind of cool? If maybe like on a random Friday, we had some games where I kind of put myself to the test and we crowdsource some things and we use some music and we just kind of have a fun little like put Pat on the spot situation. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I kind of like embarrassing myself for you so that you don't get as embarrassed with some of the things that maybe you might want to do. Okay, let's try this one. Have you ever wanted to go to the beach and just surf all day? Well, today we're talking with primetime surfer Kelly Slater, who literally built a wave machine in his backyard to make the perfect wave every single time. And this is what he does for a living. So if you've been thinking about making a living surfing, you want to make sure you listen to this episode because Kelly is not only a 10-time world champion, but he's a father, he's a husband, he's somebody that's just super down to earth and can make it all happen too. So stick around. This will be a great one. Yo. I keep saying yo like I'm about to bust a rap or something. Cool. So that's pretty awesome. So Shanad, I hope that's helpful. But anyway, without a website to look at, I don't have much to say. I mean, you have a website, obviously, which we went into, but it is pretty limited because it's coming from Anchor, but you're doing a great job and the best that you can with the space that you do have. But I would say let's like focus on getting people who listen to your show to just get so stoked on it, right? And if they come across a website at some point in the future and they see these show notes in the description, they're going to get so excited about clicking through because it definitely relates to who they are exactly, right? So yeah, I hope that helps. I think that's what we're ready to do. And to do this at 15 and sort of like understand these things now, I mean, this is going to exponentially help you in the future. But yeah, let's bring that music down while you're speaking, and then we can go from there. Cool. Oh, Lex wants to bust a beat. I could see it. The flavor can do you a favor and give you thoughts you can savor. Those are beats that don't waver. Knock it on a paver. Show you a waiver and give me some flavor. Home of the Florida Gators. Don't be a hater. I'll see you later. Yeah, I'm a YouTube creator. Okay. We're done for now. And Rose has the perfect way to put a cap on this too, right? It's a trial and error with music and audio. Just keep going. Exactly. And 8 episodes in, just keep up the great work. You're doing excellent. Okay, the final review that we're gonna do today is for Andrew, consultablindguy.com, and we're going to Michael. Michael's here. Michael was with us yesterday and was listening on the Twitch channel for some hip hop and some rapping that we were doing. But we're gonna do 2 more reviews. We're gonna do Consult the Blind Guy and then Manos as well. Manos, if you have a URL, let me know. Nicole says, thinking we should add music to our intro of Enchanting Tales podcast. That would be dope. And you can probably pick some. The cool thing about Artlist, and you know, you do have to pay annually or monthly to get access to all this music, but once you have it, right? The cool thing is you can sort through. If I go here and I can browse, like if we want to think about, mage, right? Video theme, maybe we can make it a little bit more, let's see, medical. Actually, let's pick genre, right? Let's pick, or let's try mood. Let's do dark. I don't know. Let's see what this does. Dark fantasy. I'm going to play this one. Welcome to the podcast. Here we go. I don't know. Okay. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Of course, you can find music in other places. You can check out audiojungle.net, which may be a little bit cheaper. You can get like just a specific song instead of getting access to a complete library. So if you need just one song, audiojungle.net might be a great solution. All right, let's go to let's see, consultablindguy.com. So this is Andrew's website. Very nice. Cool. I dig the colors, right? Because I know you for being red and black here in the chat. Just this is your URL, this is your avatar that we often see, although that's a little bit blurred out up here. Cool. Let's go through this and see what happens. Very techno. Yeah, that was maybe a little bit too techno. But you don't need music. I'm going to say, like, it can work against you in some cases, so just keep that in mind. So, blind VIP resources. Yes, you can get out there and achieve your dream. I love that sentiment. I don't know. I think just a logo up top might make sense, and we can use the text here below as really the driver for the connection to the person who's here. We want to center this, of course, but I like how it's white on red. It just is so clear. But I think that what's missing here is just maybe a little bit of organization to get here. This is where we want, right? I provide reliable, affordable services for everyone. I offer services and products to help you achieve your dreams and make income. I think that what's missing here is the connection to the blind person who visits this page, right? Or somebody who might know a blind person who can then help a friend who might be visually impaired. So we need some sort of like phrase like, yes, you can get out there and achieve your dreams. I think maybe it would be like, welcome to Consult a Blind Guy. I am Andrew, and I believe that you can achieve your dreams and get out there, and that your blindness is a superpower, right? Or something like that, to really help people understand that this is what you have to offer them. Because yes, you do share what you provide, but you're asking me to go on a date with you before I've learned about what we can do together, right? Like you're driving into things that would cost me things already, right? So you're already presenting me with stuff, booking an appointment. I think having a book an appointment situation up at the top can be great, because sometimes you just drive people to go to your website to book an appointment with you who you find elsewhere, maybe on your YouTube channel, etc. So maybe having book an appointment now on the top next to sign up would be, and again, sign up, I'm not sure what the difference is between sign up and book an appointment now. Let's just see. Join the consulting crew newsletter. That's kind of cool. I like the ConvertKit stuff, but what do I get when I sign up to be a part of the crew, right? Latest content, not good enough these days. We need to have something, or a lead magnet, or some sort of really good information on, okay, well, what are in these emails? What do I actually get that I don't already get access to? That's really important. Book an appointment goes to nowhere right now, and maybe you're still building it out, and that's okay. But book an appointment now should obviously go to where people can book an appointment. But like I said, I think having that up top for people who just want to go to the website and already know you to book an appointment is good. It's not hidden. But I think that really, really early on here in the sort of time that I'm spending on your website, we really need to really drive home why and what you can do, right? The why mostly. And there might be some objections and things that are going through the members who show up on your website and the visitors that we want to address, right? Because you're here to help them overcome those obstacles, right? And maybe some sort of connector, like, have you ever felt like because you're blind, you're not able to achieve the dreams that you can? Well, I'm here to tell you that's not true. Hey, I'm Andrew, and I help you achieve your dreams and use your blindness as a superpower. And then you can go into, I can provide help and services in all kinds of different ways, and I can help you achieve your dreams and make income too, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Is Andrew here, by the way? I think he is. Maybe he's taking notes or something. I'm not sure. Okay, what I do, why I do it. Cool. I like the way the website's laid out. Testimonials, perfect. I was going to ask you, okay, if you get clients or consultants for anything, you must have testimonials, right? You must have testimonials. And then look at that. We have Nicole here. I also cannot see Lauren's name. I had to scroll over it. We reviewed Lauren's website last week. And then Diana here. These are all great. And you have real pictures, and I love that. I think that that's perfect. We just need to see Lauren's name. It's missing there for some reason. Pricing. I think another thing, Andrew, that's really important, and I love everything you're saying here about why you do it. I think this is perfect. I think maybe just, reorganizing the way the text looks and sort of moving things around a little bit so there's not all these big giant gaps would help. But here we go. Are you a content creator? Are you tired of not getting views? Are you tired of not getting subscribers? Like, these are all great for me to go, oh, now I know what you can do for me. Up here, I'm not quite sure yet. So we need to have that be a little bit more prominent in how you can connect with me. Also, some social proof would be good, right? What have you done that will make me go, oh, you're the one to listen to, if that makes sense? Okay, you are here. Cool. So that's the thing that I think is missing here. What are the qualifications from you to do this, right? And you can insert that more organically if you'd like. For example, here, well, I'm here to tell you, yes, you can do it. I didn't think so either. And now I have a YouTube channel with this many views, this many subscribers, and now I help others achieve the same goals too, right? So you can add it organically like that, or you can have a little section. You know how on a lot of websites, there's a little section that shows sort of like where they're featured or what news articles they've been on and what TV stations they've been on. You can have something similar that relates to the goals of your audience, right? So what are the goals of your audience? Show how you've done these things already, right? And so that you can show people who want to book you, like, hey, like, I've done this myself, I'm going to do it for you too. That's the thing that I think is missing here. And then at the point at which you're asking people to pay, it's it's all good, Bill. It's all good, Bill. For me, it's really important that when you are asking people to pay for things, like right here, pricing, this is almost out of context because it's next to, I want to bring educational or innovation to the table. Cool. Providing tech tutorials, how-tos, and others for accessibility on computers, smartphones. Again, make it the big theme here today is make it relate to the viewer. But then I scroll down and it's like, okay, pricing. You have to really explain what you are selling, right? Yes, 1 hour consultation, 1 hour content review, full content deep dive. We need some sort of explanation on 1 hour consultation, and maybe just even a paragraph on, we're going to get on a call. What are the things that are going to come out of this, right? This is the point at which we are selling the click to book now. If I click book now, sorry if this misses with any analytics. Please follow the next steps. Pick a date, send an email, read the cancellation, prepare for an appointment. Okay, so you have very clear steps here, which is great. But if I go back to where I was, then it's like, okay, well, 1 hour consultation. You and I will get on a call together. I'm gonna ask you questions about your content, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what you can do to grow your channel from this day forward, right? Like something specific like that. Thanks, Ryan, for being here. I appreciate you. Font should be larger, indeed. Yeah, and again, this part here, like the pricing, I would have a little paragraph that says something like, hey, I'm here to help you. And in order for me to do this, we need to find a time together so that we can chat and work things out. This is how I love to help because I can go directly to you. Like, what's the benefit of doing it this way, right? A little paragraph and helping people feel better about sort of what it is that they're getting into, and really selling this thing. I see that this premium one has a star. I don't know what that means. You might know what it means, but maybe that means Maybe that means it's the most popular. Maybe it means it's the best deal. I'm not quite sure. So we need to explain that as well. And then finally down here, I noticed that, oh, I can book a 1 hour consultation. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to sign up and get a 15-minute one for free. So you got to be careful about these conflicting things here, because you're basically telling people that they can just sign up and get, 25% of this for free. And why is an hour important, right? What are we going to do in this full hour? If that makes sense. So that people aren't like, oh, well, I'm just going to go for the 15-minute one. I would just have it be the 15-minute PDF. And okay, well, I guess this makes sense. Getting people on a call just to kind of chat with them is a great opportunity to sell them into something, and that works. So if that's working for you, then keep it for sure. I was trying to search the review of my website from a long time ago and couldn't find it. The sign-up fields need to be more visible. I can't even sign up, to be honest. I don't know where it's. Oh, geez, it's black on black. Black on black on black. Yeah, that needs to be fixed. Let's see. Never miss a good story. Subscribe to our newsletter to keep up with the latest trends. Okay, that's the first time I'm understanding what is happening here. And for some reason, I can't see the text when I'm typing in. I have to scroll over. That's a big problem. It's white on white over here. So we need to fix that for sure, or else we're not going to get any emails, because if I can't see what I'm typing, it's not going to work. Okay, never miss it. So this is the first thing I've seen, the latest trends, that I was like, oh, that's kind of worth joining a newsletter for. It's like exclusive stuff, and maybe sell that to me even more. Hey, you do hours of research every week, so I don't have to. Sign up so that you can get directly into your inbox the latest trends in content creation. And trends about what, though, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for here. Cool. But yeah, to recap, a little bit of organization on where the text is and what you could share to really connect with people. Of course, the booking appointment now thing, maybe that can be used to the top so that people can go a little bit more about, maybe they click on this call to action button and it goes like, why this is for them, right? So not just what I do. I like how you're like, what I do, and this is, I'm here to help you grow your channel. That's exactly the way it should be. Although you're talking about what you do, you're bringing it to me, and that needs to live throughout. So Andrew, I hope this helps, and well done. I also would say this image of you on the top, I don't like how it's cut off. I want to see full body, you smiling, maybe with a computer in your hand, something that connects to what it is that you're helping people with. You're sort of in a sweater, and it's kind of a little bit more casual. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be yourself, and casual is not bad, but I think that it would make more sense to, show up and be like, hey, this is the person that you're going to be talking to. And remember, it's not just people who are visually impaired coming here. It's people who are helping them find people who can help them. And that's important too. And they want to look for a friendly person that they can connect with, right? All right. Manos sent me the URL on IG. Thank you. We're going to finish up today with Manos. Cool. This is going to be Manos' landing page. He is working on a book, but it's on a sort of sandbox site right now, but we're going to review it anyway. So this is specifically a landing page. So a landing page is a little bit different than like an overall website, because you don't even need a website to even have a landing page, right? And a landing page is great because it can help people do just the one thing you want them to do. That page is built specifically to sell that one action that you want them to do. There are landing pages for things to buy. There are landing pages for things to download. There are landing pages for events. There's landing pages for all kinds of things, signing up and registering for a webinar. In this case, it's likely, and we'll see, it's likely to get the book or a part of the book or early notification of the book or behind the scenes about the book creation, depending on when it's coming out, right? So that's something to keep in mind. But number one, in terms of design, love the design. It's the nicest looking thing we've seen today, as far as just like the fading and the way it's built. The text here could be, it's a little bit light, like the actual name of your book almost matches the color of the sky behind, so it actually blends in a little bit too much. But I like this, Conflict Management 101. I kind of wish maybe the title was bigger so I could read the tagline, because that's probably the most important thing, right? How to become a better leader and lead your team to business or business to success, right? So I like that. Hey, Lisa, great to see you here. Bill said, you should market the fact that you are a magician and that you made the last hour vanish and jingle all the way. We did make it jingle quite fast, in fact. Anyway, Manos, quick thing here. I would also flip these things. I would have the book on the right side and the text on the left. And the reason for it is just because from a design perspective, like the way the book is positioned is almost opening up to the left side. And of course, there's nothing on the left side of the book right now. If you switched it, it would almost like move all eyes toward the call to action button. So that's a little nitpicky thing, but I think that would work a lot better because it almost looks like the book's trying to turn its back on me here versus if it was flipped and the book was like over here on the right-hand side, it would read a little bit better and point toward the button a little bit better instead of like blocking off the text on the right-hand side. That might, in fact, even solve your problem to counter the light font there, if that makes sense, right? So, Conflict Management 101 is a book that will teach you everything you need to know about conflicts, how to manage them and use them to actually grow your team to new levels by becoming the best leader you can be. Okay, I would grade that like a B+. That's really good. Conflict Management 101 is a book that will teach you everything you need to know about about conflicts, how to manage them, and use them to actually grow your teams to new levels by becoming the best leader you can be. I think it's a mouthful for saying what it is that you're saying, and I think that you could potentially make that a little bit more concise, thus then giving room to something that would connect me even sooner, right? Because you're already introducing the solution up front versus honing in on the problem, if that makes sense. Right? So meaning, like, if it might say, learning how to resolve conflicts in your business and in your life can mean the difference between success and ultimate failure. Conflict Management 101 is a book that will teach you everything you need to know about conflicts, how to manage them, and actually use them to grow your team to new levels and become the best leader you can be. Right? And become... So, yeah, I mean, hopefully that made sense, Manos. But the last part here, by becoming the best leader you can be, is almost... It's kind of like... It's almost a little cliche, right? I don't know if that's the right phrase. It's a little cliche. Like, become the best leader you can be. Have the best, become the best consultant you can be. I mean, that's, let's get specific, right? Become a leader everybody can look up to. Right? That's specific. Like, everybody on your team looking up to you. And that's ultimately something that you would want to happen. So getting more specific with the ultimate outcome of what these business leaders want to be or who they want to become, right? So let's get specific with that, if that makes sense. Be the best you can be. That's the Army slogan. Oh, is it? I'm trying to remember. For whatever reason, I was like, be the best that you can be. But that's every kiss begins with K. I don't know why. That just came to mind. Anyway, let's see. So we talked a lot about the little landing mat here, the welcome mat, often as it's called. And that's great, because this is obviously the most important thing. If this doesn't do its job, then none of the rest of the website matters. So let's hit let's see. Maybe, what do we think about let's see, chat? So we started with, hey, conflict resolve can become the make or break in your business, or however I phrased it earlier, right? Learning how to resolve conflicts in your business with your team can be the difference between success and ultimate failure. Conflict Management 101 is a book that will teach you everything you need to know about conflicts, how to manage them, and actually use conflicts to grow your team to new levels and become the leader that everybody can look up to. Let's see. Let's see is almost like, this is what I'm promising, but let's see if it's true, right? Like that's kind of what that means to me. versus like, and yes, I agree, the book cover is amazing. It's perfect. Blue is a very business color. I have no comments on the book cover, other than making the tagline a little bit bigger. But let's see is not really drawing me in. It's almost like, okay, well, Manos, let's just see if it's true, versus like learn how or learn more below or something like that. Let's see about that, says Gail. Oh, wow. That just went right there. Who am I? My name is Manos, and I'm a conflict management and leadership expert. I studied business administration at the University of Patras, and I have a lot of experience with management in both theory and practice. I have a BMA and currently studying to get my MBA with a further specialization in conflict management. My aim is to help you and provide you with value. I want to pass on to you all the knowledge I received from the past 5 years from the university so that you may become a better leader and lead your team to success. Okay, that one I would grade maybe a B-. So a little bit less. Up here was very clear. We just added that little part to connect before introducing the solution. Down here, I don't know, I'm not quite sold. It's almost like I can tell that you are a student still, and not to say that you need to lie about that, but it just seems like this is like a side project, right? Versus like you stepping up and going, conflict management has become my life's goal because conflicts in my personal life and in my business have led to amazing growth. My name is Manos. I studied business administration at the University of Patras and currently working on my MBA. And my aim is to help you learn about conflict management much faster than I did. Or, like the fact that you're like, this is why books are great, because you're packaging years of experience, like you said, in a little package for people to get and download and get, the results faster, versus this general talk of, my aim is to help you with value, right? Clementine says, doesn't scream expert. Oh yeah, Clementine, yes, be all that you can be. This is close, right? So suit and tie pick needed and Photoshop to look older. I don't necessarily think he needs to look older. I just think it looks like you're chilling on the couch, and I don't know if that is a suit or a robe, but I like the smile, and I think you need to look directly at the camera, not kind of at the probably monitor on the camera. And I would agree if you were maybe next to some tall buildings, or this picture is very much the same as the paragraph we just read, right? Like this picture and this paragraph go perfectly together, but the paragraph to support this book. And remember, the people who are reading this book are managers of teams, perhaps even CEO level quality people, and we want them to see that, or a version of themselves in you too. But you want to be the Doogie Howser, right? The one who's wearing the lab coat with the stethoscope around, who's like, oh my gosh, this guy's young, but wow, they must be really smart if they're doing this at this age, right? Versus, this is a great picture for social media, I think. This is a great picture for social media. I don't think you necessarily have to be older. I think it just means we need to have a different sort of feel to the image, if that makes sense. I like the photo also. I think that specifically, this could be, in an about section where it's like more about me, and then you get a little bit more permission to talk about the schooling and everything that you're doing, and the fact that, like, this is your project, whatever. But I think that right below this like conflict management book and the really good thing that we had and just said, it's like, boom, we need something that supports that. I would also say maybe it might not be as bad. Again, it's not bad. It's just, we want to do what we can to support you. I think that why this book is for you matters more. Right? So we sold them on the concept. Let's get into more details about the why behind the book. So you can move that level up, if that makes sense. Conflicts happen all the time. Yes, our emotions get the best. This is great. This is value already, right? So conflict management, let's see. I would change let's see to or let me show you, right? Maybe let me show you. And then why this book is for you. Conflict happens all the time. This is great. This is often not seen on a landing page. like very, very, very good value that actually teaches. But at the same time, what you're doing here, Manos, is you're teaching that people definitely need this stuff, right? Our emotions get the best of us. If you can use examples that people can relate to, that'd be awesome, right? Like, need to drop 101 too. Managers do not read 101. Where was the 101? Conflict management 101. Good thought. Conflict management mastery. Conflict management masterclass. Conflict management for successful people, right? Is this on the sales page? No, this is a landing page for the future of this book. The book is being written as we speak. So again, very smart to create this ahead of time. I want to help you stay up to date and be the first to know when my new book comes out. I would also say, what else? Number one, if we're going to tell people when something needs to come out or when something's coming out, we need to give them at least some sort of time stamp, if that is the draw, right? Be the first to know when it comes out. Coming, mid 2021. And you don't have to be very specific, but at least some general standpoint, so people can go, oh, okay, yeah, like I can make that connection within the fourth dimension during a specific piece of time to make that happen, right? But I would say, what else are people going to get by being here? Are you going to keep them up to date on the development of this book? Are you going to potentially reach out to them for case studies for the book? What part of the development are you in? If you'd like to share behind the scenes, maybe you can get access to an early chapter, or you can get access to a bonus lead magnet that supports and can actually walk people through some of these things, right? A lot of great comments here, Manos. I don't know if you're here. Maybe you're taking notes. I hope that you see these comments as coming from a place of service, not, hey, this isn't good. This is absolutely great, especially considering that we still have some time before the book comes out. This is the hard work that needs to happen now. And you have the chat here supporting you as well, which is really cool. Bill asks an interesting question. Can the book just be conflict management? It can, but that can be a dictionary, right? We want to have some solution-specific information draw in the title, right? It's not just, I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know of an example right now, but my head goes to the 5 dysfunctions of a team. And that, in the way that that's phrased, and that's very similar in terms of target audience, I would imagine, Patrick Lencioni, who's the author of that, that would be a good book to check out to see how this person really makes the draw for something of this nature. Let's see if we can find him on Amazon. Amazon.com. Patrick Lencioni, 5 dysfunctions of a team. I want to read the description. This is coming from a publisher, so it's not that great, to be honest. It's almost like, you ever read the descriptions of Netflix shows and Amazon Prime shows? They're not the best, right? 2 arguing brothers start a racing team it's just like, what? Okay. Manos, let's see. Actually, conflict management mastery sounds really cool. Where do I create a landing page? You can create a landing page on something like ConvertKit. You can even get ConvertKit for free to set one up. And you don't have to pay until you get to 1,000 subscribers. So smartpassiveincome.com/ConvertKit1 could be where to go for that. But anyway, where did Manos go here? We lost Manos. Oh, here we go. All right, so we talked about that part. We can move this down, maybe update the image a little bit, and really focus on this. And yes, this is about who you are, but we want to really sell why you are qualified to talk about this and get specific on, again, what this can do for them. not just provide them value, but what kind of value, what this means to them, and maybe like how much time they are saving by getting involved in reading this book versus going through a study just like you are. I also would say like the text here needs to change. It's almost like, let's see, hey, can this really help me? I would just not even have a button there. Or maybe even have the button say like 3 reasons why conflict management solutions are mandatory, or something like that. 3 reasons why conflict happens every day, or something that relates to this, because the job of it is to keep people going down. And then really, this is the money moment here, right? We need to get people to subscribe, and we need to maybe reintroduce a visual of the book once again. We need to have some text that can potentially show people what it is that they're going to get when they subscribe. Not enough to just go, oh, you can be first to know. I mean, you'll get a few low-hanging fruit there, but we really need some words to sell what they would be missing out on if they weren't subscribing, because, hey, people can hear about this book when it comes out later, and that's not enough to entice them to sign up. We need to have something. What can they get that they can't get if they were to just wait, right? That's what we need to have here. All right. So chat, we spent a little bit more time today. We actually were live for like an hour and 20 minutes. We reviewed a whole bunch of cool websites and YouTube channels, and finished off with a great one there from Manos. And Manos, we can't wait for your book to come out. So keep us posted. I know you're in here quite a bit, so feel free to drop a link whenever that landing page is complete and ready. And really, really great job overall for sure. So well done. Keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. We're gonna have some fun on a Sunday, and maybe we're gonna have some actual, like, you know, test Pat's beatbox and rap skills. Like, we're just gonna nerd out tomorrow. It's the final day before we get back to normal on Monday, and then go into a couple more weeks before Christmas and winter break. But we'll have some fun tomorrow. We'll make it fun. Anyway, great job today. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for coming in. As always, Team Flynn, you're amazing. What can I say? I just cannot express my gratitude enough for you and what you do for me to support me. Big thank you and shout out to all the new members. High five today. And well done for everybody who was on the chopping block today to get their business reviewed and hopefully not just broken down, but built back up even stronger. That's what we do with muscles, right? How do we grow muscles? We lift weights and do these kinds of things, extra cardiovascular activity, so that things break down, and when they build up, they get built up even stronger. And that's exactly what we're doing here. But you got to make those mistakes. You got to be a disaster before you become the master. You got to break down a little bit in order to build up even stronger. And that's exactly what we're doing. So well done today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And make sure to check out the last video. It's doing very well. We're over 10,000 views on that video that was experimental that we created together this previous week. Hoping it's going to take another spike midweek once people get back in and start looking into plans for 2021 once they get back to work. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. But anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And as always, Team Flynn for the win. Peace out, everybody.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream. All while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Thank you. Seriously. From the bottom of my heart, you mean the world to me. We did it. Full week of just kind of randomness, and you're still here, and I appreciate you for that. Well done, and I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Peace out.
Bruh.